Greetings everyone, welcome back to the Austin Lindsay channel. In this video we're doing a 2-day catalog shoot. We're doing soaps and lotions. It's with a company called Perfect Posh. So I'm going to show you the lighting setups and just kind of how we go about doing this. So the concept for this shoot is backgrounds that have complementary colors with shapes and designs. And the way we went about doing this is we have a purple backdrop roll that's not cut, that's just in full. And then we have this segment of pink backdrop roll, which we are sticking to the purple with these things called zots. They're little sticky, kind of gooey dot thingies. And then above that, we're gonna put this blue circle that we've cut out of a blue backdrop roll. And we're gonna stick it to the middle between the pink and the purple with the same zots. So, and then after we hung the backdrop, it was on to lighting everything. So I have 2 lights for this shoot. I have, they're both Einsteins by Paul C. Buff. And the one on camera right is my key light. That's a softbox. That's roughly 5 feet by 3.5 feet softbox. And then on the opposite side, I have 2 whiteboards. I don't actually have a V-flat, so this is kind of a makeshift V-flat. And that is being lit by a bare bulb Einstein as well, and that's more or less to create just kind of a nice ambient fill light on the opposite side of the key light. So one of the most difficult things about this shoot is some of these shapes we wanted to save to use for other shots. So for a few of these, we had to carefully peel them off the backdrop so we could reuse them. So this backdrop was probably one of the most challenging ones we created because the yellow and the pink stripes needed to be spaced so that one didn't look thicker than the other. And they also had to be laid out so that they were at a similar angle, and the ends needed to be cut so that the angles matched at the bottom. We then had to take the paper roll, which is now almost double the width of the stand, and flop it over the top bar and clamp it into place so that it won't slide off. It was quite a challenge, but I think we made it work. I also wanted to mention that the lighting is similar to the last ones. The lighting in pretty much this whole video will be very similar. If there are any differences, I'll call them out individually. After we got that angled striped backdrop out of the way, most everything was pretty simple. We'd put up a backdrop roll, we'd attach some shapes to that. Sometimes we'd carefully remove those shapes and reuse them on other backdrops, but the idea was to have each product have its own unique backdrop. After we finished shooting the products with the models, we set up for images of just products with the ingredients. I normally prefer to light top-down shots of products by using a strobe with a protruding bare bulb firing through some kind of diffusion, because keeping the diffusion stationary while moving the flash head around, it allows me to control the gradient and shape it the way I want it. So unfortunately what we had to work with here wasn't exactly what I needed, so I opted for a large softbox overhead lit by an Einstein flash. This is actually the same large softbox that we were using for the models, and this is really a great setup if you're in a pinch or on a smaller budget. So what we're doing here is kind of going old school. We're needing to line up the real life products on the table to a template of the catalog layout. This template shows us where all the text will be placed after printing. This is a clear cellophane type of sheet. So since the catalog will be 6 inches high by 12 inches wide, making each page a 6 by 6 square, what we've done is we've scaled that up on the table to be 12 inches high by 24 inches wide. We've then marked the corner points and the center points on the table, and then we'll hold up the transparent template in front of the lens, and then we'll align the corners using the live view function in Lightroom. And this allows us to move the products around on the table so that it lines up with the text. And I know Capture One has an overlay feature, but unfortunately here we're limited to Lightroom. All right, everybody, that's the shoot. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments field. I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks everyone for watching.